So many rocks, so little time. If you only knew. I would love to make featured videos on like a dozen or more of these rocks, and I just don't have the time. And I've made a few select videos on a couple of these already, like this banded yellow jasper and this piece of red jasper in here. But yeah, I'm just finding I don't even have enough time to do what I want to do sometimes. This is one of the first rocks that I found at my storage unit that I realized contained a fossil. And I was finding pieces of petrified wood and stuff. But I thought that was a cool little feature with some clamshells in there. I don't know exactly what kind of rock this is. I feel like it was like bubbling clay at some point during this volcanic activity when I'm finding a lot of these stones. Here's like another example of it and the impression that it took on when it was created. One more pretty cool example of that in the form of that line across this guy. Like maybe that was a stick when this all filled in, you know? So again, I'm not sure if this is like forms of jasper or if it was clay. It's got a funny smell to it. It smells kind of like clay. These rocks do. So I'm not sure what those are. Then I found this. This is some kind of volcanic activity. At first you might look at that and think it's asphalt or something, and that's paint, but that's not the case. I found all of these rocks, except this one, together at a business of all places in the landscape rock. And then after the fact, though, I found these other pieces of this same kind of bubbling black and yellow material, just like this guy, at some other locations. So makes me think that's not just random, that actually is some volcanic ancient stuff. There's a piece of petrified wood that's been smoothed and washed. This was barely sticking out the ground when I snagged it. Look at that big beautiful hunk right there. Gorgeous, large, 8-pound, 10-pound chunk. It's got that opal on it. Beautiful depth of color in there with the reds and yellows, maybe even a little greenish. That's a super nice chunky piece that I found just hanging out, waiting for my oil to be changed. I really like this piece here. Super unique looking little guy. All the ridging in there. I don't know if that's a layer of chalcedony or if it's just what that has become. It's kind of raised up and runs through there, but I always get excited when I see that little piece. Just really, really cool looking. What else do we got here? Just pretty examples of petrified that I've been finding. And oh, this is cool. This is a different kind of petrified wood. I haven't found any others like this with those dots on it, with these really big, I don't know, chunks running through it. My buddy said that there might have been palm trees in Colorado and that's what this could be, but I'm not sure. I didn't look up any examples of it. Most of this stuff I actually found in landscape rock, in people's landscape rock, on job sites, or at my parents' house. I found a bunch of the orange stuff. Look at this. It's a piece of coral that I found in somebody's landscape rock. when I was doing work on their property. And yeah, I snagged it for myself, but you know, stuff like that, people don't even notice. Just a rock to most people, you know. I like this one, kind of like the shape of a Sasquatch head, with like a little blackout on the eyes. I don't know, I always like that shape. And it can sit upright. Here's a chunk of shell mollusk that a co-worker found. He saw me picking up rocks at work and he yelled at me, "Hey, is this something?" Told him, "Sure is. You want it?" And he said, "No, go ahead, you can have it." But I've seen videos of people finding these on the internet. So that was a cool little score. A lot of random. Oh, I think this might be yellow opal that I found in some landscape rock. Might make a cool pendant. But it's, if you look at the side, it's whatever that stone is. Which I've got some other stuff that I found in the same yard. Maybe that white is the opal. I'm not sure. And there, you know, this looks very blue, but I have an example of a broken one here. But I don't know, kind of the same type of material. More petrified wood. Here's some Chalcedony. Thought this was like iron or something, natural form. Then a lot of petrified, a lot of pretty petrified pieces that I have. So it's always something I want to make a video about. I want to show you guys all the cool stuff I've been finding, and then I'm also getting the message, get rid of those rocks. What are these rocks doing in the house? I don't know if this could be clamshell, the way it has some ridging on it. I thought that could be petrified shell. I don't know if that's petrified wood or petrified bone. That seems to be something. Petrified wood here. So yeah, tons of stuff to show you guys, and try to make an example out of the good stuff, but this is about to all go in a box. Here's actually the thing that I found that inspired me to make this video. This is a Smoky quartz point that I picked up outside of my bank, walking into it, just paying attention, looking down. But I mean, pretty darn good find for just in public, you know? Not mining, not digging in the ground, just looking. Scooped that right up. So, the treasure is out there, guys. You just gotta keep your eyes peeled. You can find some really, really pretty stuff. Found this. I had to go meet my mother somewhere. Got out the car, and that was sitting right there in the rock. So keep your eyes peeled. If you got a couple minutes, you know, take a look at the ground around you, and you might find some really cool stuff. This is I think this is an old piece of petrified that got tumbled and rolled in the water, and it started to turn to Jasper. You can see the reds and yellows in there, but you can also distinguish that that was that was something else at one point. You can kind of tell how that was a piece of petrified with opal that just got rolled in the water. But here's kind of a raw chunk. I always like this one. But yeah, some of these are about to go in boxes, so just doing a little documentation. I don't know what that is. I was not sure if it was petrified wood that had been rolled or petrified something else. I don't know. Any identification on that one? Let me know, but I thought it was worth picking up. It looked like something special. Man, I've got so many little pieces in here and around the house. But like I said, they're all getting boxed up, so just trying to do a little feature on what I got. I think this is Jasper, not petrified wood, but I still liked how it stood up. All right, thanks for checking out the collection with me. Sure there'll be more. All right.